This is a good-looking shot. Beautiful shot. Lands within 5 feet of the cup. This one just requires a little bit of focus. And it drops for birdie. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Here we go. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Right in the heart. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into 2 sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Well, Frank, this is really one of the most exciting finishing holes on tour. The 18th here at TPC Boston, par 5, risk-reward, chance to really make something happen right at the end.
Oh, that's fine.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That is just an outstanding shot right there. And now a chance for an eagle to win the Deutsche Bank Championship. Oh, yes, that's an eagle. And that wraps up the final round. Just a great performance by our champion today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. I think this one will have to go down in the books as an absolute classic. Fantastic play, not only in the course today, but all week long.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic. Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the two bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long.
Second shot.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
What a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. And getting ready for the putt. Hold on. Eagle, and suddenly, sort of from out of nowhere, Frank, name is on the leaderboard.
Yeah, when you think sort of struggling just for a paycheck, those dollar signs are starting to add up.
A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. An important stretch of holes coming up here late in the first round. What are some keys to finishing the first round strong?
Once again, putting that ball in play, because if you can add one or two more birdies to this scorecard, it's going to look great at the end of the day. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. No fairway here. This one in that rough. Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. These putts keep the round together.
Be careful when you come back and
In a very aggressive mode with that birdie now in second place.
Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunkered at the back, bunkered to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's hit your best. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
And with that birdie, moves into a tie for the lead.
Got ourselves a battle right now, Rich.
Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
It's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
It's not the, well, no, it's not either. I don't have the driving power anymore. Shoot. Wrong button.
Nice drive, right in the fairway, and a good swing on that one. Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green.
Frank, you've been there. You make that eagle, you jump into a share of the lead. You're feeling awfully good, aren't you?
Time to puff the chest out, just literally racing to the next hole.
Frank, you surprised to see that name